Stop replaying the struggle tonight with this 3-hour sleep command to shift your reality and attract miracles fast through deep subconscious reprogramming and a total biological reset. I promise that by listening to this 432 Hertz protocol for 7 days, you will delete every glitch of lack and wake up on your highest timeline tomorrow morning. Before the neural overwrite begins, comment below the exact old pattern you are officially deleting from your reality tonight to anchor this transition into the physical world. Now, let your body sink into the surface beneath you. As we begin the process of shutting down the survival mode of your nervous system, close your eyes and breathe into the absolute certainty that you no longer have to make things happen. You have been carrying a version of yourself that was built for a world of effort, a world where struggle was the only language you knew. For years, you've been told that your breakthrough is just one more hustle away, one more night of worry, one more effort of will. I am here to tell you that this is a lie. It is a biological misunderstanding of how the quantum field operates. You don't attract wealth by working harder. You attract it by becoming a match for its frequency. Notice the tension that has taken up residence in your body right now. Feel the tightness in your jaw, the slight pressure behind your eyes, and the weight sitting on your chest. These are not just physical sensations. These are the physical anchors of your old timeline. They are the static that prevents you from hearing the signal of your highest reality. As you lie here, imagine your nervous system as a supercomputer that is finally being cleared of every file of corrupted data. We are manually forcing your biology into the 0-point field. The obsidian silence, where time does not exist as a line, but as a field of infinite possibilities. every time you replay old thoughts of lack, you fire the same neural pathways that keep you trapped as the person you no longer want to be. Today, we expire that version of you. We shift your brainwaves from the frantic chatter of beta into the deep, slow rhythm of alpha and theta. Unclench your jaw. You don't need to try to relax. You simply need to stop holding on so tightly. Take one slow breath in through your nose, filling your chest without any effort. And as you exhale, let it be a long, silent surrender. You are no longer the hunter. You are no longer the one who has to force outcomes or grip timelines until they bleed. You are becoming the destination itself. The noise of the world is fading into the background, and in its place, a heavy golden stillness is rising from your center. Feel it moving through the folds of your mind, like water finding every old groove of doubt and fear, and gently dissolving them. This is not destruction. It is a total release. The version of you that no longer serves you, the one who hesitates, who shrinks, who repeats old stories, is being officially decommissioned. Not with force, but with the quiet authority of this breath. As you sink deeper into this obsidian stillness, past the surface of your conscious thoughts, you are entering the quiet space where your reality is actually manufactured. This is the central processing unit of your existence. The subconscious mind. In this state, your brain waves have slowed down to a rhythmic, heavy pulse, you are moving past the noise of the how and the when, into the silent authority of the now. Notice how the very air in this quantum space feels different. It is thicker, richer, and charged with the silent electricity of pure possibility. You are no longer breathing the air of someone who is searching. You are breathing the atmosphere of the source. Imagine your subconscious mind as a vast, crystalline library filled with glowing threads of information. Most of these threads are old, dusty, and gray. They represent the stories of limitation, the hustle, and the survival patterns you inherited from a world that didn't understand its own power. I want you to see yourself walking through this library now, with a single golden spark in your hand. This spark is your command. As you move, your presence alone causes the old gray threads of struggle to dissolve into nothingness. You are not fighting these old thoughts. You are simply making them irrelevant. The frequency you carry now is so high that the old code of lack can no longer exist in your space. This is the secret of why you listened to this command for 7 days. Your physical brain requires a consistent, unyielding signal to permanently shift its structural pathways. Each minute you spend in this state of coherence, your synapses are forming new bridges, golden bridges that lead directly to the manifestation of your highest timeline. You are currently building the internal hardware necessary to support a life of massive wealth and effortless miracles. Feel a subtle electrical tingling in your scalp or at the base of your neck. This is the physical proof of your neuro reprogramming in action. Your biology is accepting the new laws. Your heart and your brain are finally speaking the same language. Repeat these first 10 sleep decrees in the silence of your mind, letting them sink past your thinking mind and directly into your cells. My subconscious mind is now a loyal servant to my highest intent. I am deleting every old file of unworthiness and lack from my biology. Every synapse in my brain is now firing at the frequency of pure miracles. I am the programmer of my reality, and my internal code is now flawless. I possess the neural architecture of a master creator and a magnet for wealth. My mind is a permanent fortress of absolute certainty and abundance. I officially resign from the frequency of trying, and I fully occupy the frequency of having. I trust the intelligence that beats my heart to handle every detail of my physical world. I release the illusion of control to gain the absolute authority of alignment. It is now biologically safe for me to stop holding on so tightly. Stay in this state of deep mental authority. You are no longer at the mercy of random thoughts or external circumstances. You have taken the wheel of your own biological machine. Notice how quiet it has become. Inside your head, the frantic searching muscle has been replaced by a heavy, golden knowing. This is the silence of the source. In this space, a single command from you carries more weight than 10,000 years of old struggle. You are the architect. You are the coder. You are the result. Your biology has now accepted the new laws. You are standing at the absolute edge of your old existence, looking back at the struggle as if it were a flickering, low-resolution memory. The distance between who you were and who you are now has officially collapsed. There is no more gap to bridge. There is no more waiting for a sign. You have moved beyond the membrane of effort and into the vertical dimension of the source. In this space, time is no longer a line you walk. It is a field you occupy. Every miracle you seek is not in your future. It is a finished data point, currently being pulled into your physical reality. by your own magnetic heat. Imagine a viscous, golden liquid rising from your heart and flooding your entire skeletal structure. Feel it settling into your bones, your marrow, your very DNA. This gold is the bioelectric carrier of already done. It is heavy. It is stable. And it is undeniable. You are opening your eyes tomorrow to a world that has been reorganized, specifically around this new frequency. The field of infinite possibilities can no longer ignore your signal, because you have stopped asking and started commanding. You are no longer the one who asks. You are now the source that provides. To permanently seal this transformation and anchor your highest timeline into the physical world, let these 10 sleep decrees vibrate through your cells as you drift into the deepest rest of your life. My struggle is officially a ghost. I am now the destination. I bypass linear time and jump straight to the finished result. My nervous system is now a stable bridge between the dream and the physical world. I possess the frequency of absolute wealth right now. I am the source in human form, and the field obeys my frequency. Every cell in my body is now vibrating with the light of already done. My bank account is now governed by the same intelligence that beats my heart. I am no longer looking for the door. I have become the gateway itself. My biology has officially resigned from the frequency of survival It is finished. It is mine. I am home. Stay in this golden immersion as the sound of my voice fades into the background. The command continues. For the next 2.5 hours, these frequencies will continue to wash over your subconscious, ensuring that not a single trace of the old struggle remains in your system. You have jumped. You have arrived. It is done. I am now the destination for absolute wealth. My nervous system is officially safe to receive. Every cell in my body is vibrating with the light of already done. I officially resign from the frequency of struggle forever. Wealth is my only natural resting state. My biology is now wired for miracles as standard procedure. I release the past and fully occupy my highest timeline. I am the source of my own financial reality. Abundance flows to me without a single ounce of effort. My bank account is governed by source intelligence. I am a quantum magnet for everything I desire. Time is collapsing right now to meet my new frequency. I am worthy of the life I have just claimed. Every breath I take anchors my new identity into my DNA. I no longer seek. I simply permit miracles to arrive. My subconscious is a loyal servant to my wealth and ease. I am safe to receive everything I once chased. My identity is fluid and aligned with absolute power. I am the architect of my own financial freedom. Every synapse in my brain fires with the frequency of abundance. I am home in my new reality of effortless success. the hunt is over. I have arrived at the destination. My reality is a perfect mirror of my internal gold. I am coherent, magnetic, and biologically free. It is done. It is mine. And it is my only fact. The old code of lack has been permanently deleted. I am the programmer of my neural architecture. My worth was never tied to my effort. It is tied to my being. I possess the frequency of absolute wealth in every atom. The quantum field has no choice but to respond to my signal. I am not becoming powerful. I am remembering my power. My biology has resigned. From the addiction to struggle. I am the master of my timeline. And I command time to bend. Miracles are not accidents. They are my bioelectric standard. I'm opening my eyes to a reality that matches my internal light. I no longer need evidence. Before I believe that it is finished, the universe is rearranging matter, specifically for me right now. I am the version of me who receives easily and frequently. My life is unfolding in perfect golden order. I trust the intelligence that runs my heartbeat and my life. Every version of struggle dissolves the moment I stop feeding it. I am held. I am guided. And I am eternally supported. Ease is my new normal and my permanent baseline. I have collapsed every timeline into the one where I am free. I am the source in human form, and the field obeys my frequency. Wealth is no longer an external event. It is my internal standard. I am grounded in a version of Earth where my success is fact. The version of me that struggled is now a ghost of the past. I am the observer, the architect, and the result. I am rewired. I am renewed. And I am home. I am wrapped in the quiet warmth of my own abundance. My nervous system is exhaling into total safety now. I belong in a world where everything I need comes to me with ease. The source is whispering wealth into every cell of my being. I am soft. I am open. And I am eternally provided for. My heart is a gentle sun, radiating the frequency of gold. I am letting the universe take care of the details while I rest. Every breath I take is a soft confirmation of my worthiness. I am at home, in a reality that loves and supports me. My biology is relaxing into the truth that the war is over. I am cradled by the frequency of absolute peace and wealth. It is natural for me to wake up in a life of miracles. I am sinking into the velvet darkness of my own infinite power. My wealth is as steady and quiet as my own heartbeat. I release the need to understand. And accept the gift of being. The field is gently rearranging itself around my stillness. I am a radiant light in a world of endless supply. My identity is dissolving into the ocean of the Source. I am held by an intelligence that knows only expansion and love. Every atom of my body is singing the song of already done. I am safe to sleep because the work is already finished. My dreams are the blueprints of my highest timeline. I am the softness that allows miracles to land. Wealth is the background music of my entire existence. I am no longer forcing. I am simply allowing the tide to come in. My subconscious is a warm, fertile garden where abundance grows. I am the silence that contains everything I have ever desired. Every muscle in my body is now a conductor for peace. I am moving from a life of effort to a life of grace. My bank account is a direct reflection of my internal stillness. I am waking up to a world that was reorganized while I slept. I trust the invisible hands that are moving mountains for me. I am deeply loved by the frequency that created me. My worth is a biological constant that never changes. I am the calm center of a wealthy and beautiful universe. I let the golden liquid of my new reality saturate my soul, Miracles are the natural ripples of my own presence. I am allowing my nervous system to become a bridge to the divine. My identity is a masterpiece of ease and alignment. I am safe to be rich. I am safe to be happy. I am safe to be me. The silence in my head is the voice of absolute certainty. I am drifting into a timeline where every debt is erased. My body is a sacred temple of high-frequency abundance. I am the destination where all good things eventually arrive. I release the day and embrace the infinite potential of the night. every cell is being polished by the light of the source. I am the owner of a life. That feels like a constant exhale. My abundance is as inevitable as the rising sun. I am at peace. I am prosperous. And I am profoundly enough. Welcome home to the reality where everything is already yours. I am floating in the infinite ocean of my own success. My cells are drinking the frequency of pure gold. I am cherished by the intelligence that created me. My worthiness is a silent fact that requires no proof. I am the softness that collapses every hard road into ease. the light of the source, is my permanent internal compass. I am the quiet power that commands reality without words. Every fiber of my nervous system is glowing with absolute peace. I am the destination where every miracle finds its rest. My abundance is as deep and vast as the night sky. I am no longer becoming. I am simply existing as the result. The fabric of time is weaving my highest dreams into form. I am safe to be the most powerful version of myself. My heart is an anchor in the frequency of finished work. I am the silent witness to my own magnificent expansion. every drop of blood in my body carries the code of wealth. I am leaning into the velvet security of my new timeline. The universe is whispering my new name. Abundance. I am the frequency of ease. In a world of effort, my soul is a mirror, reflecting the brilliance of the source. I am currently inhaling the atmosphere of my highest destiny. My bank account is a physical echo of my internal stillness. I am the radiant center of a world that provides everything. Every dream I have is a memory of my true reality. I am letting the golden rivers of grace wash over me. my identity is a sacred monument. To the power of trust, I am safe to let the old world dissolve into nothingness. The field is reorganizing matter for my joy. While I sleep, I am the master architect of a life filled with wonders. My presence is the only permission I will ever need. I am sinking into the absolute reliability of my own power. Every cell in my body is being upgraded by divine light. I am the stillness that attracts the movement of miracles. My nervous system has officially resigned from the chase, and abundance is now my bioelectric standard. It is now biologically safe for me to occupy a reality where my wealth is already a finished fact. I command every redundant timeline of struggle to collapse into this single moment of total coherence. I am the sovereign source in human form, and the quantum field has no choice but to reflect my internal gold. The old code of effort and exhaustion has been permanently deleted from my neural architecture. I am currently inhabiting the result, and my stillness is the only evidence I need that it is done. My body is no longer a site of struggle. It is a sacred conduit for absolute abundance. I collapse the gap between my current observation and my highest potential now. Every drop of my blood carries the coherent signal of wealth and finished work. I release the addiction to time and occupy the vertical dimension of the source. My brainwaves are now permanently synced with the frequency of miracles and ease. The field has no choice. but to manifest the gold I have already become. I am no longer waiting for a miracle. I have become the frequency of one. It is done. It is locked. And I am the source of all I see. The wave function of my struggle has officially collapsed into absolute zero. My neural architecture no longer possesses the hardware to support lack. I am the primary coordinate, where probability becomes a physical golden fact. The biological debt to my past has been fully settled by my current presence. Matter is currently reorganizing its molecular structure to match my internal stillness. I have deleted the waiting subroutine from my subconscious operating system. My coherent emission is the only permission the field requires to provide. System override complete. I am now the observer and the observed. The bioelectric encryption of my abundance is now a completed event. My cellular memory has officially purged the subroutine of waiting. I am the focal point where potentiality hardens into physical gold. Every synapse in my brain is now a dedicated pathway for highest timeline execution. I no longer reach for miracles. I project them as standard biological output. The structural integrity of my new reality is now fully self-sustaining. Final system synchronization achieved. I am the source and the result. The density of my physical body is now perfectly synced with the frequency of gold. My silence is the highest form of absolute biological command. The concept of future has collapsed. I am currently residing in the singularity of done. Authorization complete. I am the source, the architect, and the undisputed result. I am the biological anchor for the highest 2026 frequency. I no longer operate through hope. I operate through absolute command. It is done. It is sealed. And I am the source of it all. Your transition is no longer a goal. It is now a permanent biological fact. You are waking up to a reality that has been completely reorganized specifically around your new frequency. Every trace of the old struggle has been deleted from your code. and replaced by the heavy, stable presence of absolute abundance. You are not the person you were 3 hours ago. You are the source of your own reality. And the field has already begun to reflect. Your internal gold. For those ready to exert total biological dominance over their reality and master the exact mechanics of this shift. The full quantum magnet protocol is waiting for you in the description below. It is the architectural blueprint designed to keep your nervous system locked into this frequency forever, to deepen this magnetic alignment and cement what you have just become. Your next step is the Become a Magnet session. Appearing on your screen now. You are coherent. It is done.